Hi everyone, welcome to about 60 minutes of yoga. I'm Adrienne, and we're just gonna jump right in. I am currently sitting on a folded blanket. If you would like to grab one as well, going, sorry, please grab one yourself. A pillow would be good as well, just to get a little height under the seat, release the low back and the hips. Also, if you have any blocks or stack of books, Lenore, come here. Grab those too. And we will just jump in. As I said, take a seat that is comfortable for you, that you can occupy for a few minutes. Bowing the head, releasing the chin towards the chest. Closing down the eyes or letting the gaze go out of focus. Palms resting in your lap. Bringing attention to each of your fingers, saying to each one by one, relax. Stop gripping. Shift your shoulders back over your hips slightly so you can straighten up and stack each piece of the spine, one on top of the other. Using your inner eye, observe the base of the spine and guide that eye all the way up the length of the spine to the neck and then further up and out the crown of the head. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears and then roll them together and down the back. Broaden the collarbones, open up the chest. Feel heavy in the elbows to direct the shoulders down, down, down while keeping erect and straight up in the spine. Center your attention maybe on the center of your chest. Notice your breathing. Notice any tightness you're experiencing, whether that is in the chest, in your belly, hips, or other joints. Or perhaps it is just attachment to a thought, to repeating a thought. This could be a worry, this could be fixation on something you have to do in the future. By noticing any of these forms of tightness, and then redirecting our attention to the breath, just simply coming in and going out, coming in and going out. It disarms those congested areas, introduces some levity and some space. Perhaps allows us to kind of disengage the talons and let go of those recipients of our attachment. Back to the breath, chest rising and falling, belly ballooning out and softening in. Ribs expanding all 360 degrees around the chest cavity. All right, we'll take 3 cleansing breaths together. So we will inhale through the nose, deep, deep, deep down into the belly, puffing out the belly. We will hold for a few moments, and then we will sigh that breath out the mouth, just letting it roll out like we are truly expelling what was inside of us. So together, let's exhale everything out. Inhale, sucking the breath in deep down to the belly. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. One more. Inhale. Hold on full for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. We'll do one more this time. We'll incorporate the arms. So inhale, big, deep, deep, deep. Raise arms all the way up. Reach up and hold full. And exhale, float the arms down by the sides. Fold the hands over the center of the chest. Again, bow the head, tuck the chin slightly, pull up through the back of the neck to encourage the spine to lengthen. Notice your heart beating behind your hands. Notice the quiet around you. Notice that quiet within you. All right, blink the eyes open if they're still closed like mine. I'm gonna shift our blanket out of the way and get moving. I'm gonna tilt this slightly so you can see a little more of the mat. All right, that should do. Let's get started facing the short edge, the front edge of your mat, coming to all fours. Drop the belly, lift the tailbone, and then gaze. Cow pose, inhale. And on the exhale, release head and tailbone down. Push the floor away with shins and hands, and pull the belly button up to the spine. Cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. We start to rock it out. Exhale, cat. Just bringing some more movement. So out to the sides, keeping the breath circular. Switching directions. Just making this multi-planner instead of down and up. Warming up joints. All right, let's push back, tuck the seat back towards the feet, extend the arms forward, keep the gaze forward this time. Keep creeping the fingertips forward like spiders. Try to straighten the arms by lifting the soft elbow points up towards the center. So really, yes, towards the center and then up. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Feel the stretch in the upper shoulders. And then relax the fingers and palms down to the mat. Press the floor away, the palms. Re-engage those arms, so elbow points, soft points turn towards one another and then up to the ceiling. And now release the forehead down towards the mat. Breathe in and out. Let's do that again. When you breathe in, expand into the back body, the upper back body where the shoulder blades will separate. And exhale, soften. Let the elbows relax down to the floor. Come back upright onto all fours. Grimmy, come here. You're gonna extend your right leg back. Hips are even, both pointing down to the floor. Press the floor away, arms are straight, elbow points face forward. Gaze is down, slightly forward. So we have a long neck. We're not craning it totally down. We're extending out through the foot, hovering, engage the kneecap and feel lift up the top of the back, to the top of the thigh. Inhale, maybe lift a little bit, extend out through that hip. And exhale, draw the knee to the nose, press the floor away, pull the belly button in. Inhale, extend, long spine, long leg. Exhale, crunch, knee to forehead. Inhale, long. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, long, extend and float. And now we're going to turn the right hip up towards the ceiling. Okay, so I'm going to press the button on here so that goes away. Thank you, cats. I'm going to face you, okay? So right leg is still kicking back. I'm just going to turn the hip open. I don't really know if you can see that. Light will help, okay. All right, so hip opens. Watch out, kitty. Here we go. All right, so now your right knee is pointing out to the side, as are your right toes, okay? Before, toes were pointing down like this. Now, toes point out to the side, okay? Keep both shoulders facing down, both sides of your chest facing down. Just feel what it feels like to use the strength of the glutes and the hip on the right side to lift the hips up and open them. All right, turn those toes back down, replace the knee. We'll do it again, other side. Let's take cat and cow. Cow, inhale, belly down. Cat, spine up, head down. Okay, now extend your left leg along behind you. Toes are facing down. Both hips are pointing down as well. Push the floor away, straighten the arms. Exhale. Inhale, kick out through that left heel, gazes forward. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose, curl the spine, press the floor away. Inhale, left leg is long. Exhale, curl under the body. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, go long one more time, and this time curl left toe. Left hip out to the side, opening this left side hip, and trying to keep shoulders, chest facing the mat, using the strength of just our left hip, glutes, and actually a little bit on our right side to stabilize our core. All right, turn the toes back down, replace left knee. Separate the knees, toes together, sit the hips back. Child's pose. Inhale, crawl the fingers long, exhale, soften. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Walk yourself back up to upright. We're going to stand on the knees, step the left foot forward. So we're coming into 90-degree angles on both legs. Right shin on the ground, left sole of the foot on the ground. We're going to inhale, both arms up. Press that right shin into the ground. Press the right hip forward, pull the left hip back. Pull the low belly in. Send those fingertips up to the ceiling. And we'll draw the hands into the center of the chest in prayer. Lean forward, move the torso forward, neck is long, keeping the hips back, and then send the right elbow to cross across the left thigh. So with that weight of the right elbow, you might feel your left knee start to dip in towards the center. Left thigh goes out to the side. Try to resist that. So keep your left hip pulling back, right hip going forward, and the left knee pressing into the upper right arm. Press both hands into one another, and slowly you'll see where they meet, shift closer towards the center of your chest. can look out to the side, up over your left shoulder, or down at the floor. You can stay like this for a few breaths. Keep working the left leg into the right arm. Keep pulling the left hip back. Starting to feel the twist in the belly button area. Pinch the shoulder blades together on the back to draw the collarbones apart. Tuck the back toes. This is your right foot. And you can keep the knee on the floor, or you can engage and lengthen the right leg and come into a lunge. Inhale, press the hands together. Exhale, soften, keep pulling the left hip back. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All right, to release, we're going to turn forward and come up into high lunge. Arms extend all the way up. Maybe you reintroduce a slight bend into that back right knee so you can orient the hips down and forward. Keep reaching up out of the hips, up out of the shoulders, long stacked spine. Inhale. Exhale, part the arms out to the side. Pull the elbows and shoulder blades together like a cactus. Inhale. Exhale, cactus open. Crack the chest open. Feel the sternum going up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, cactus. One more time. Inhale, arms all the way up. And replace them on the ground. Step your left foot back to meet right. Hold in your plank. Lift the hips so they're at shoulder height. Engage the glutes. Send the tailbone long. You can stay here or lower knees. We're going to bend our elbows back towards the hips. Lower the chest down between them. Untuck the toes. Pull forward into baby cobra. Pubic bone is heavy. Shoulder blades are pinching to broaden the chest. Gaze is forward. Maybe you lift the hands off the ground, working those back muscles, shoulder muscles to broaden the chest. Take one more breath. Maybe get a little higher. Pinch the elbows back and towards one another. Reclamp the palms. Retuck the toes. Send the hips back towards child's pose and stay there, or lift the hips up and back, down dog. Take 3 breaths in, taking care to send the hips high. You can breathe out of your mouth if you like, or you can trap the power of the breath by sealing the lips, exhaling out the nose. After 3, look forward between the hands and meet there, feet towards hands, forward fold. Inhale, press the thighs or the shins away, coming to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do it again. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. This time we'll bend the knees and curl out all the way through the spine. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Bow the head, close down the eyes. Press the hands on either side of the hips, palms face forward. You sense the heart beating in the chest without physical contact of your hands on at this time. Notice the connection between your pace of breathing and your pulse. And we'll go to the other side. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, fold over. This time, step your left foot back. And we're coming into lunge on the other side. So you only step the leg back enough that when you come up, you have about 90-degree angles. Let's do a little bit better now. So we're pulling this time right hip back, sending left hip forward, nice and stable. Maybe get some stretch in this left hip flexor. Inhale the arms all the way up. Pressing the floor away with the left knee, with the left shin, with the top of the left foot down to the left foot toenails. Stomping the right foot into the floor. And with that strong base pushing the floor away, surely the upper half of the body can be free of it. Stretch the fingertips all the way up. Maybe you can pull the hands, the thumbs back. Draw the arms back more towards the sides of the ears. We'll inhale here to get long and tall. Exhale, draw the hands to your heart center. And this time we lean forward, draw the left elbow across to the right and hook. Left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. And pressing this time the right thigh into the upper left arm. Palms in prayer, press against each other. Gradually drawing towards the center of the chest. This time, again, pulling right hip back, sending the left hip forward to really work the twist instead of letting the hips bow out to the side. What's going on with your breath? Did you lose it? Pinch the shoulder blades, cross the middle of the back, close together in the middle of the back. Feel the shoulder blades pull, the collar blades open, the collarbones open. Keep stomping the floor with the right foot on the left shin. Couple more breaths. When you're ready, if you like, you can retuck those back toes, lift the knee coming in to twisted lunge. Same things, right? Engage the knee, pull the, push the right thigh into the left upper arm, look over the right shoulder, pull the right hip back, pull the left hip forward. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Next inhale, we'll open up, rotating forward, arms go up. Keep a bend in the front right knee. Maybe you reintroduce a little bend into the left knee so the hips can be heavy, pointing down and forward. Inhale to get tall in the chest. Exhale, sweep the hands down to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet left in your plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower knees, send hips back. Take a child's pose. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Looking forward between the hands, we will slither through, lowering the belly down to the mat, shoulders between the hands. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, engage the kneecaps and the leg muscles to pull ourselves off the floor. Pull the shoulders off the floor into low cobra. Elbows pinching back towards one another. Shoulder blades pinching back towards one another. Collarbones open, blossoming open. Pubic bone is heavy. We engage the low belly muscles. See how that changes your pelvis. Contact with the floor. One more breath in, get a little taller, maybe lift the hands. Exhale, replant the palms, retuck the toes, send the hips back. Stay here in child's pose or lift them. Lift the hips up and back, find your down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Looking forward between the hands. Bend the knees, keep the hips high, and maybe this time you look forward. Feet towards the hands, lift the hips, straightening the legs. Let the head be heavy for forward fold. Few breaths here. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. Come to stillness in the neck. Bring a slight bend to the knees if they aren't already. And let the two hands find each other on the back, coming into a fist. Right now, elbows are bent. You can keep them that way, or and start to pinch the shoulder blades together, rolling the shoulder heads back and down. And then maybe lift the fist away from your seat towards the ceiling. And then eventually straighten the arms. Pulling the fist up, away, and forward. Up and forward. Keep the head pulling down. Keep pinching the shoulder blades. Keep drawing the fist up. Feel the shoulders stay away from the ears. Few breaths here. Keep the hips high instead of pulling back. Keep them over the feet. And then keeping the hands in a fist, bend into the knees. Use the fist to pull yourself upright, keeping the chest proud. Gaze and chin go up. Tuck the chin. Release the hands. Close the eyes. Present the palms forward. Engage the glutes. Feel the hips and the tailbone be heavy. Engage the kneecaps up towards the face. Turn on the thigh muscles. Attention comes back to the heart beating and how it relates to your breath, pace of breath. Can you instruct the breath to slow and smoothen a bit? And does your pulse follow the breath's lead? All right, keeping your eyes open, shake out the wrists. We're going to come to turn the side of our mat. Step the 2 feet out away from one another, coming into a wide legged stance. Turning on the legs of the muscles to straighten out. If you look down one side and then the other, you'll see a straight diagonal line from the hip down to the outer edge of your foot. Toes are pointing forward and the 2 feet are parallel like skis. And we're going to put the hands on the hips and slowly bend forward, coming to 90 degrees, trying to keep our hips centered between the feet. Okay, so what I'm talking about here, kind of the same as when I was talking about forward fold, feet together, but with our feet far apart. We're still trying to keep the seat here, right? Kind of in line with our feet rather than back here. It's kind of hard to do. There's slippery sides. Okay, so we don't want like this so much. I want to keep this seat over the feet. Hard to show you, but a good way to test it, if you are challenging yourself, is if it feels a little imbalanced, okay? So if you're with your 90-degree chest to the floor, hips, see what it feels like to shift the weight backwards and forwards, okay? Keep the kneecaps turned on, which means the thighs are turned on so we're not sinking into locked out knees. And then come to stillness. If you have blocks, you can walk them under the hands if you feel like you have to hunch to meet the floor. Find that surface under the palms, draw the shoulder blades together, gaze forward, pull the belly button in, and then fold down towards the floor. Excuse me, buddy. Take a few breaths in, keep pushing to the outer edges of the feet. Keep drawing up through the hips. Keep the thighs engaged, pull the kneecaps up. Maybe start to feel the torso release a bit from the hips. Take a breath in and let it out. All right, we're going to bend into the right knee, keep the left leg straight, and see, you might be up on this toe, but it's totally fine, as long as it's okay on the knee, that's fine. See if you can keep the left toes flexed up towards you, okay? So we're gonna get a nice, kind of burning sensation, nice stretch on the inner line of the left thigh, okay? If you can come down onto the full sole of the right foot, or a little bit more of it, even if it's not the full sole, play with drawing the left hip down towards the floor, okay? So introducing a little bit of rotation into both hips here while stretching the inner line of the left leg. You can plant the left palm on the ground, extend the right arm up, take a breath, and then replace the right palm down in front of the right thigh. Sweep left arm up. Pull up through the kneecap on the left leg. Keep those legs engaged. I don't know about you, but I feel my right glute, my right outer hip turned on too. You can stay here, or you can replace your left palm and just kind of marinate, or you can bend the right or the left arm behind the back and reach towards the right hip. You can stay here. So you can kind of see my fingers creeping towards the top of my right thigh, and you can press that thigh to open up, looking over the left shoulder. Or if you want to work with a little more balance and a little more rotation, you can lift this right hand up from the floor, bend the elbow, and weave that right hand up towards the right hip as well. And the two hands will find each other back there and link up. You can't see it on me right now, but whether or not I'm actually doing it, some people can. And by finding that grip, that fist, kind of like we did in our forward fold, you can use that tension to crack the chest open. All right, if you have the hands, release them, place them on the ground. We're going to shift the hips up, take a break in the center, toes point forward, chest is proud. Bow the head for a brief moment of respite in forward fold. Chest up again, and we will bend the left knee, sinking down the left side. Right toes come towards the face, okay? So hips might be high, might be on the ball of your foot, kind of like this. See how close you can get to that left sole coming down towards the floor. You might send your seat back behind you a little bit to access it a bit. Hands can be nice and out in front. And take a look at those right toes. Pull them back towards the face. Feel the inner edge of the right leg stretching. Take a moment to check in with your left leg. Make sure this knee isn't falling in, okay? That's not good for the inside of your knee. Try to use the strength, even if it's still developing, your outer left hip to pull that hip open and towards the left behind you. So we're just gonna mellow here. Maybe experiment with dipping that right hip down towards the floor. Open up. And the right groin, right inner thigh. All right, and plant left palm on the outside of the left thigh, or in front of it really. Sweep the right arm up, open. And you're gonna bend that right arm and maybe reach towards the inner left hip. You can see my fingertips doing a little dance here. I'm going to press against the thighs with that right hand, crack, open the chest, pull the shoulder blades together on the back. You can stay like that, or next step, release this left hand off the ground, bend it and weave it behind the leg. So your knee over here, shoulders in front of the knee, elbow goes out to the side, then your hand goes behind the knee. And The left hand goes searching for the right hand, and maybe it finds it. Maybe the two hands can pull on each other, crack open the chest. Still sending that left knee out into the back. A few breaths here. And then release the hands, walk them forward, and we'll bend the knees, come to hover with bent knees. We'll kind of go back side to side. And then we'll take a pause in our forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Maybe you can walk the hands back towards the same line as your heels. And feel the hips go up and the head goes straight down. Close the eyes. Feel how heavy the head is. Let the shoulders slacken so you can feel them come down towards the ears. Feel that pressure and that congestion. And now engage the shoulder blades. Pull them together. Pull those shoulders up away from the ears. Leave the ears behind. Down low. Shoulders are high. A lot of space now. Maybe you can breathe better. Maybe it's more comfortable. All right, walk the hands out underneath the shoulders. Step the left palm underneath the face. Sweep right arm up, keeping both hips pointing down if you can. Just twisting open to the right. And come back down. Replace the right palm under the face. Sweep left arm up, twisting open to the left. Both hips pulling back, facing down. And hand back down. We're going to creep towards the front of our mat. All 10 toes facing forward. Drop the knee and untuck the toes. This is your left leg that's behind you. And just camp out here for a bit. If you have blocks, you might grab them. Put them under the hands so the chest can be more upright. You have fingertips. Just mellowing in this little dragon shape. Take 3 more long breaths, working to elongate each breath. And then slowly, slowly be nice to the left hip. Shift the hips back to come over the hips. Over the knee, I mean. And straighten the front leg, which is the right leg. And pull the toes back towards the face. Flex the foot. There you go. Pull the right hip back. Send the left hip forward. Feel that opposition like scissors. Pull the kneecap up towards the hips. Engage the muscles of the legs. And maybe relax the torso over the straight leg. 3 breaths. After 3 breaths, I'm going to encourage everyone to grab a block if they have something like it. So we're still in that half split is what this is called. If you have a block, place it on the outside of your right foot. Okay? It can be down towards the shin and the foot, or it can be back towards the knee. Just gonna watch me for a second and decide what the best placement is for you, okay? So we're going to start to walk the left hand across the shin or the thigh, somewhere across the left leg to find that block on the other side, on the right side of it. And we're just going to bring first the right hand to the right hip. All right, balance. We can help ourselves out. We can help with the quivering by pulling the right hip back, sending the left hip forward, pulling the belly button back in just to get sturdy. And then pinch the shoulder blades. Maybe we're are able to rotate a little bit more to the right. Press with the right foot, with the right heel down into the ground. Press with the left top of the foot and the shin into the ground. So this super solid base. So maybe we can play a little bit more with rotating and the twist up towards the right side ceiling. And then maybe we can extend the right arm up. Woo! Rotating or twisting, half split. All right, come down as slowly as you can. Woo. Bend forward into the right knee. Take a moment to mellow here. Maybe you can walk the hands up onto the right thigh. Press it away. Again, pull right hip back, send left hip forward. Come here. All right, plant the palms down, retuck the toes. Step the right foot to meet left in your plank. Send hips up and back, down dog. 3 breaths. All right, this time step your left foot forward between the hands. Lower the right knee down, untuck the back toes. Coming to chill out your lizard on the left side. So if you had your blocks up here left over from last time, you can definitely work them up. If you like to stay more upright in your lizard or in your dragon, you can also kind of melt into it. That's okay too. So we are mixing up passive poses like this with more active ones. Give and take. And slowly shift the hips back over the right knee. Straightening the left foot, coming into half split, flexing the toes back towards the face. Walk up onto fingertips or find your blocks so you can keep length in the spine. Chest broad and lifted. Pulling left hip back, sending right hip forward. Ooh. Feel a stretch on the outer line of the left leg, maybe underneath and behind the knee, but engage the leg muscles so you're not locking out the left knee. And then maybe curl chest down to relax towards the straight leg. 3 breaths here. Keep pulling the kneecap up to engage the thigh, pulling the toes back towards the face. Pulling the left hip back, sending right hip forward. All right. So if you have your blocks still, we're going to work with that revolved half split. So step your blocks somewhere on the outside of your straight left leg. And just stamp your your right hand on the top of that block. Maybe you have the floor. Maybe you're like this. That's good. I don't feel like doing that today. I don't think that would be good for me, but perhaps it is for you. So have at it. But if you're trying to do it without a block, just because you don't have something to support you, just be very mindful. And again, I'm going to cue us through kind of the build up to get us a nice sturdy foundation. And maybe you'll have success without a block. But never be afraid to use the block. So with or without a block, stamp that right hand on the outside of the left foot and leg. Re-engage the knees, okay? So let's put our left hand, crease of our left hip, pull the left hip back, send the right hip forward. Stamp the heel of the left foot down into the mat and the shin and the knee and the top of the foot of the right leg down into the mat. Straighten the right arm, press the floor away with that full palm. Pinch the shoulder blades together, and that will start to turn you to the left. You might stay here like this. shoulder opening, left elbow pointing up towards the ceiling. Gaze can also stay down if this doesn't feel good to turn up in the neck. And then maybe you extend left arm up, left shoulder to stack over right. Keep pinching the shoulders together. Keep pulling the left hip back. Feel that belly twist. Maybe pull the belly button in. All right, slowly rotate to face the mat again. I'm going to bend forward into this knee. You can stay low in the dragon, or you can walk the hands up into the thigh and press it away. Pull left hip back, send right hip forward. Chest is proud. Maybe gaze goes up. All right, turning palms to mat. Tucking the back toe, lifting back knee, step back to your plank. Inhale here. Exhale. Send the right hand under the face. You're going to turn all 10 toes to the left, coming to side plank. Now your feet can be staggered like this, or you can stack them. Okay, one on top of the other. What's key, or also you can have your right knee down on the floor with both hips opening up to the side, and your left foot, your left leg is that diagonal down from the hip, okay? But what is most important is that your right arm looking down, shoulder is right over the wrist, got a nice broad palm so you can engage all of your little finger nubs, all those points of contact with the floor to try and distribute the weight of the rest of your body into the rest of the hand instead of just into the wrist. So press the floor away with the whole hand, and you'll see, instead of sinking into your arm like this, press up and out of the armpit. You see a little curve on the underside of my chest here, like a rainbow. And you can extend the arm up over, directly up, or over the ear. Come out, we'll come through center, either plank or tabletop if you're with me. And we'll go to the other side. Take a breath through center. I'm just switching so you don't have to look at my back. Okay, so here's that plank, middle position. Step with left hand under the face. Turn all the toes to the right. Maybe you extend the right arm overhead if you're going right in. Hand can also be on hip. Pressing the floor away. Like it's a spring right here. Pinching the shoulder blades on the back. Maybe you take the full arc. Ooh. Coming back through center, whether it's your plank or your tabletop, let's lower the knees, send hips back, child's pose. Creep the fingers back towards the toes, letting the shoulders roll forward. And let the forehead roll side to side, massaging the eyebrows and the bones behind them. Very nice. All right, since we're down here, we're going to come into hare pose, or like rabbit pose, keeping the backs of the hands on the floor. We're just going to scoot forward. So it's like we're in tabletop, except now, instead of hands under our shoulders, we have the head on the ground, okay? So we're gonna come forward onto a spot on the head that feels a little flat. So this may be a new sensation for a lot of people, but if you look back, your knees are under the hips. Looks familiar, right? And your hands can stay on the floor, straightening the arms, pressing the floor away actively with the backs of the hands. Pulling the shoulder blades down the back and away from the ears, creating space between the shoulders and the ears. And now we just have the head as the third and the tripod instead of arms and the quadruped of tabletop. Pull the belly button in, and you can hang out here if you'd like. Or if you're fidgety, or if Feel like you're not getting the benefits of being upside down by being here in hare pose, you can walk the hands forward so we have right angles with our elbows, which means we have a straight line from our shoulder to our elbows and then a straight line down from elbows to our wrists, okay? That's stable. Head is still resting on the crown. You can tuck the toes. You can stay like this and work with pulling the elbows back, pulling the shoulders up and back. So you have a lot of space, like you have a full cube of space of air underneath you. Or with the toes tucked, you can lift the knees, straightening the legs. This is like step 3, coming into headstand. Okay? Stay here, all the same cues. Breathing in, trying to pinch the shoulder blades to keep the ears away from the shoulders, or rather keeping the shoulders away from the ears. You're gonna start to feel a little warm up in the top of the head if you haven't done this for a while. You can start to walk the toes up towards the rest of you, I guess. And your spine is slowly and gradually going to become more upright. So you're all stacking straight overnight. You can stay at any of these points. I'm going to stay here. I'm actually going to back out a little bit. This is me in headstand. If you want to go further, you can stack legs. Bent knees, your legs on your forearms. Come into like a little rock. I think I can show you guys that. Yes. Okay. Same action. I got the right arms, I'm pressing the floor away with the hands and pinching the shoulder blades so they go down and away from the ears. I'm engaging my hamstrings to draw the feet up towards my glutes. And if you like, start to lift everything up away from the hands and go up into your headstand. Okay? And to come down, you can do exactly what I just did, which that's not a helpful thing to say because you want to keep your neck straight. Don't ever turn your head to look. Just listen, listen, listen. I should have just started that way, but if you are up, don't move anything. And bend your knees. Start to draw one knee down towards the chest. The other one will follow. And one foot will meet the floor and then the other. When you come out, let's all sit back in child's pose. Let the forehead meet the mat. And we'll do that little roll side to side. Relax the neck. All right, very good. Come back to kneeling. Sweep the legs out from under us. And find a comfortable seat. Draw the chin down towards the chest and pull the chest up towards the chin. And just take circles with the head. All right, taking care of the neck. And then other direction. And take time. You can linger in creaky spots and stiff spots. And then bring the head upright, tilt the right ear towards the right shoulder. Just look up out the left corner of the left eye. Head back upright. Now tip the left ear towards the left shoulder. Gazes up out of the corner of the right eye. All right. So that one more time, tipping right ear towards right shoulder this time. Walk the left fingertips out away so the left arm is extended long. Same thing. Gaze and chin are kind of tilted out to the left. All right, head back upright. We'll give it a shot on the right side. Tilt left ear towards left ear towards left shoulder. Straighten and walk the fingertips of the right hand away. Do a diagonal all the way up, feeling a stretch on the whole right side of the body. Gaze and chin go up to the right. All All right, bring everything upright. Shift the jaw side to side. Okay, we're gonna come down to our backs. Knees up to the ceiling, feet planted, arms extended long and floating, and curl the spine down, 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 going slowly, and we'll catch up the bottom to float. Feel the belly turn on, and release. Arms overhead and to the side. Let the arms come out long to either side. Pull the knees up and into the chest. And we're just gonna let them drop over to the right. Side twist. Gaze can stay up towards the ceiling, or it can drift over the left shoulder. Starting to soften the gaze. Take 3 long breaths here. Working to lengthen the breath. Trying to feel heavy in the shoulder blades. A lot of contact between the upper back and the floor. The left shoulder is drifting down towards the floor. It's super heavy. Come out, gaze goes back up towards the ceiling if it wasn't already. Engage the belly, pull the knees up overhead. This time you will lower them over to the left. Work the right elbow or right shoulder down towards the mat, and gaze goes to the right. Close down the eyes. Sending the breath into the outer right hip, low back. After your 3 lengthened breaths, engage the belly, gaze goes to the ceiling, pull the knees up overhead, extend the legs long. Heels are stacked over knees, heels and knees are stacked over hips. Feel heavy in the pelvis. Feel the low back totally sealed down with the floor. Feel super heavy. And maybe even a little flat in the shoulder blades on the floor. And then bend the knees towards the chest. Extend one leg long at a time. Inhale, pulling the breath deep into the nose, down to the belly. Hold on full. Exhale, release out the mouth. Let's do one more to finish. Inhale through the nose. Hold full, feel super, super buoyant. And exhale out the mouth. Collapse, totally deflate, fall into your frame. And let that frame fall into the earth below. Soften the eyes. Soften the meat of the face. Feel heavy in all of the big joints, the hips, the knees, the ankles, the elbows, wrists, and shoulders, the neck, the back of the head. Encourage the belly to soften. And surrender to relaxation, to the ebb and flow of the easy breath. Continue to watch the breath, staying in this reclined position as long as you allow yourself this luxury. I hope you're able to enjoy it for longer than just right now, but I'll bid you peace and goodbye as you as you enjoy. I will see you another time. Take care.